Fala galera, beleza? Aqui é o Will trazendo mais um vídeo aí. Final Fantasy XVI. E bora começar. Aí tá vendo umas espadinhas fracas, mano. Você que tá chegando agora, deixa o like, compartilha o vídeo, se inscreva no canal. No último vídeo aí encontramos o Wade.
Lady Jill and I make sensing this will allow while the black
How small exactly?
small enough.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good.
As you command.
Parece que a gente vai enfrentar os escudos pretos lá no...
There is but one thing which will grant them peace, putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Escudo e chamas.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Bora pra lá.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways. Come along now. The bastards are lucky I didn't.
There they are. On your command, my lord. What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog,
Vagabundos imundos.
could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For us area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
It's over!
E aí?
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons.
Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. But I can't say I'm flattered.
Acabou? Não acabou não, mano. Tem mais cara aí. Aí. Sabia.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
right. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Ai, caramba. Aí. Mano, por isso que é bom estar upado, velho. Não tem dificuldade nenhuma pra enfrentar os chefões, velho.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
Eu acho que tem mais um, mano.
It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, yet be that as it may. For as long and her loyal...
So wait, I
think we should fall back to a sound strategy.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And
I suppose a formal request for an...
and appearances were the where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor...
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you... If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need...
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Será que... Ah, a gente vai entrar no castelo agora, né? A gente vai entrar lá no castelo, mano, que... Tinha até esquecido, velho. Que a intenção dele era entrar lá dentro do castelo. Então, Rosefield.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Ó, música.
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Caramba, Final Fantasy VII, velho. Na verdade, todos os Final Fantasy essa música.
Untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Nossa, mano, chega a arrepiar essa música, é muito da hora, velho. Caramba, mano.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken,
Cê é louco, que música top, mano. Nostalgia pura.
Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Muito bom, muito bom, muito bom, muito bom mesmo.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung a sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand?
Não é um monstro não, Jill.
I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Dá um beijão nela agora, cara. Vai. Vai.
I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Toda vez que você pensa que vai, não vai. Ai, mano, chega isso engraçado, né, velho? Aí estão os monstros. Bom pessoal, vou encerrando por aqui. Se vocês gostaram, deixa o like, compartilha o vídeo, se inscreva no canal aí. Valeu, falou, até o próximo vídeo. Tô fazendo um vídeo picado porque, mano, é muito chato ficar vendo vídeo de 40 minutos, 1 hora. Pelo menos eu não gosto e também não gostaria que os outros ficassem vendo, porque eu acho chato. Bom, então por isso que eu tô picando os vídeos, deixo 20 minutos, 25, eu deixo mais curto do que o comum, né? Mas comum não, né? Na verdade deixaria 1 hora, 40 minutos, mas eu prefiro deixar assim 20 minutos mesmo. Tá bom? Se vocês gostaram, deixa o like, compartilha o vídeo, se inscreva no canal aí. Valeu, falou.